It's me, Jen, your Pudgy Picker here on YouTube. Of course, where else would I be? So, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I do a little bit of everything here. I am a reseller. I sell on eBay as well as a physical space in an antique mall, which has very wide parameters of what I'm allowed to sell. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, consider clicking the notification and the subscription. And also thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't know. Wait till you get a little bit in the video before you make your decision. This is one of the items I got today in my Goodwill BINS haul. And it's funny because there's 4 pair. They each had their corresponding, what do you call it? Eyeglass holder. And there was a black pair, a brown pair, a clear pair, kind of like my my regular glasses, and then this very beautiful red pair. I don't know, I see people with these bright, glasses, and I'm like, I like those. So, yeah, so that's what I was using today at my desk. So I'm going to show you this. First, I spent $37. I got a lot of good stuff. I've been looking for, of course, items for my mystery bags, but especially women's items for my mystery bags because I have literally, my huge Marks bags I always talk about. I literally have 2 of those full of men's stuff, but I don't know. I go through where a lot of the men's ones sell and then a lot of the lady ones sell, and right now my ladies ones are kind of low. So I had to go, and I was in the mood, so I went. So I'm going to show you what's on the table. I have 2 different sets. I have all the littles, and then I have other stuff that didn't fit. So I just wanted to peek in and say hello and introduce the video. And let's take a look and see all the goodies I got. So let's look now. Okay, guys, now that we got that introduction out of the way, let's jump into the goodies we have on the table. The table is very full, so that's pretty awesome. And then I have a few things, of course, that didn't fit. We'll do that last, but let's get started. I love this vintage poker chips. These are almost like a compressed paper. Let's see if I can get a good shot. Yeah, so they're pretty old. And that is a full set, which is kind of cool. So I don't know if those are going to be worth a lot or not. Let's see. What does it say? USA. So yeah, I'll have to dig around and find that. Underneath, there's another vintage piece, which is this very cool bonnet. My mother had one. I think everybody's mom or grandma had them back in the day. Yeah, I mean, you paid to have your hair set and fixed up. You didn't want it to get wet. These do pretty good. I hang them up on the wall, put $6 to $7 on them, and they sell. So that will go out to my mall. This will probably, I'm going to look it up just to make sure, but it'll probably go in a mystery bag. I got 2 Brita filters. I think when I bought my Brita pitcher, it ended up coming with a couple, and I don't think I've bought any new since then. I keep finding them. So yeah, and they have a price on them. They were evidently $3 something from Goodwill. This is just a little manicure set, so that'll just go in a mystery bag. We have a recipe box. I'm always finding old recipes, so if I find a cute recipe box like that, I just knock something over. I pick this up, and then I put the old recipes in it and sell it. I sell them consistently $16 to $18 a box like this with the different recipes. People like looking at the old ones. We got some booby lift tape. I don't know. I'll just throw it in a mystery bag. It was light. We have an EOS natural SPF 15 lip balm in, looks like some kind of tropical. And that will go in a mystery bag. We have some rubber buttons. Don't know, but there they are. I thought this was a little address book, but it says agenda. So each page side is a week. So I thought that's a cool little vintage piece. I saw this and thought it was adorable. It looks like a popsicle. It is a bar of soap, and it says not edible, just in case. This Vera Bradley holds a legal pad of paper. It's in very good condition. It's very clean. The edges look really nice, so that will probably go on the eBay. These are pretty cool. The 3-piece painting shield. You just kind of hold it up by that metal handle and then paint. I don't have anything coming up, but that would be a nice thing to have. These are evidently worth something. It is a STOMLE family. They're these almost like what do they call them? My daughter collects them. The little fuzzy animal family. But this is a brand new bunk bed set. So I looked up a few of these. They're going for like 25 bucks and a little more. So I was like, yeah. So that'll probably go on eBay. We got 2 clocks. We have a little battery alarm one and then this little fold out one. It's for the traveling executive. It's a little digital one. So again, mystery bag items. We have a Can Cozy, $1.48 originally, and it says feeling tropical. These little animals with movable legs, I was going to say arms and legs, with legs are erasers, I believe. So mystery bag, we have the menopause fan. These are pretty cool, and I believe these are Temu. They're butterflies with some of the wings you can kind of bend a little bit. And then it has the double face tape so you can hang them up. And these were originally $3.20 each. So yeah. So I don't know if I'll put, maybe just do like 2 or 3 in a little bag and then put them in mystery bags. I did find, excuse me, some cards today. We have a fish one. And then these are just like a fold and a half, like a notepad from Currents. And then behind that is this little vintage box of little kitty sleeping. That's sweet. Then we have a rocking chair. And then this one says, have a simply lovely birthday. There's not just birthday cards in there. There's other kinds of cards. So I'm going to have those stacked up. I got a very large starfish. These were originally from IKEA. I do like to make little signs to put in my booth. I have one that shows the care for the bamboo and a couple others, and these are really easy to use. They have 2 pieces of plexiglass, and then you just put between it the paper you want. These were evidently for a wedding or some kind of party. I looked through all of them. I didn't need more than 2 or 3, and some of them were kind of beat up, so grab me 3 of those. I have to do this in order so I don't mess this up. I already measured this. This is a brand new 35 by 16, very, very large mouse pad. And it's like these blue swirls. So these aren't, these can be more expensive type items. They had another one, but it was out of the bag and it was pretty beat up. So I might put that on eBay. I have a wine bottle stopper, a wooden fan in a cute little mesh bag. I have a wine tags. They say white and red, and then there's a little erasable marker so you can put the name of it or whatever. So that will probably go in a mystery bag. I have a seam ripper. Even if you don't sew, those are nice to have on hand. I have a Louis Vuitton. I don't know, is that real? Probably not. But this is just a little credit card holder, so I'll throw that in a mystery bag. Got a couple of Monopoly pieces. And this little guy is all wood. Isn't he adorable with his big blue eyes? So, mystery bag. Balloon animals. These are erasers. I have some knobs. And then this is a milk white ashtray. Milk glass. I thought it was unique enough that I'd pick it up. Ashtrays do pretty well. And if they're vintagey, they do even better. So that will probably go on eBay. These will go in mystery bags. And this is pretty cool. I know any of you who have a boat would understand this, or you are out on the water at all. You take a cork and put in one of these little eye things and then put in a key ring and put your boat key on there. So if it goes overboard, it floats. So there was this one too, and I think I just knocked another one on the floor. I think the champagne ones are bigger, so they might do better. But maybe I'll whip up some of those and throw them in the men's mystery bags. Who knows? I believe this was a phone case at one point, but gosh, that's really small. What does it say? I don't know, but it's got a little. So I don't know, you could put credit cards and your money and stuff in there. These are older. There was an older Monopoly game, and these are the wooden hotels and houses, which is cool. So I'll put a couple of those in some mystery bags. This is just a little string, and you can hang up pictures. It's like a garland type thing. This is what's funny. So this is Greenbrier, which is dollar store. And, oh, I already ripped it off. This was $2 something. I'm like, good gracious. So, mystery bag. These are really cool, and I'm so glad I picked these up. These are key rings. I'm often making keychains out of things to throw in my mystery bag. If I find something cute, I could just put a little eye hook on it. And like this, I could even put like a little wood screw thing in there and make a keychain. So, it's nice to have those. I have 2 decorative patriotic pins. One says shine and the other one has stars. This is a measuring spoon or set, measuring set. Is that what it is? Yeah. So I will throw that in a mystery bag. Did find a little bit of fabric. This is an iron-on patch, which is pretty cool. I do sell iron-on patches in my booth. I have them bagged up individually, and I have $2 on them, so that's what I'll do with that one. We have a fat quarter of this cute lemons. I sell my fat quarters for $1, and you can get fat quarters at the dollar store for $1.25, so yeah. And then this one is a fat quarter, but it was all undone, but it's the right size. It's just little hedgehogs and foxes. Isn't that cute? And then the one below it, there's probably a good 1.5 to 2 yards, and that is little puppy feet. I got a little nail brush. When I do yard work, I mean, we're coming to the end of the season, but when you got yard work, sometimes your hands get pretty yucky, so that's a nice little thing to have under the sink to scrub your fingernails. I got several of these little paper coasters, mystery bag items. This, I have the property titles, some of the chance cards, and then some of the money from a different game. And these are older, so I just throw a couple in there. They're nice to use for a bookmark or whatever you want to. Another wine bottle stopper. There's a little bag of buttons. I don't remember picking that up. These are kind of cool because they put the picture in there and then kind of cut around them. It's kind of cool. I think there's like 3 or 4 of those. This is a headband. I'll throw that into a mystery bag. We have a light pink scarf. And then I have a stack of recipe cards. And then I have a fish. So, Santa's favorite fish cookies. Did you even know that? So again, a mystery bag. I believe that's a hair tie or something. It's still on the tag. Oh, I'm trying not to miss stuff. Okay, for the craft area, you know me, I always have stuff for the crafts. We have some jump rings, which are just little circles that you use for making jewelry. I occasionally need these when I do my earrings. And then we have some of these rhinestones. I believe these are glue on. I don't see holes, so it's not like you sew these on, but there was 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We have a yearling, I don't know. Yingling, I don't know. It's just a keychain. That'll be good in a men's mystery bag. I don't know how those ended up in here, but of course people do crafts. Hey, you remember in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, you'd have like the leather tie, and they would have the what you call it, feathers on them. Well, we put them in our hair, but people used them for other things too. Think about it. Then we have a couple of the different ones that are different colors. We have the pink circles and then squares and then more squares. We have a light that works, keychain. I found some pens. I use orange pencils on different things. Oh my goodness, what is the name of this one? These might be regular. I'm trying to think if it's that type. Yeah, it is. Ticonderoga pencils. There's 2 of those. We have a strawberry pen and then a pink Sharpie. We have some ribbon. We have a little, I don't know if these are, I think these are, yeah, these are Post-it notes. Aren't they cute? We have to mark your golf balls where they land. Then this one has the same thing, and then whatever this is. I don't know if that's to clean them or whatever. What do I know? An unopened body wash and an unopened, I think it's a body butter. Whoops, it's upside down. So wonderful body butter. I always check to make sure that none of these are open because I wouldn't sell anything that was opened. And then this is, what does that say? TheraFace Recover Hand Cream. So that one's unopened. We have a face mask, a ceramide care mask, 2 toothbrushes, unopened. So those go to one of my favorite charities. These are really nice if I need to put something in a bag to tag it for individual sale. And this is pretty because it's got that iridescent stars. And these are from Temu. So I am starting to see Temu stuff because I recognize their barcode and this sticker. So yeah, I can always use little bags. This is just a little thing that has your Band-Aids in. You know, hospitals hand those out. We have a little stir stick. I have a little fridge magnet there, a clip. This is a brass stencil. So mystery bag. We have a to open a wine bottle. The world's greatest trivia quiz. It's a little tin box. So again, that'll just go in a mystery bag. These are pretty cool. I've gotten the cheapy ones. Remember how tangled they got back in the day? But these have like a nicer fabric. So you take them up and throw them. There's 2 of those in package. As soon as I found one, I was like, oh, that's cool. I found the second one. I'm like, oh, okay, now I got to keep looking. I only found these 2, sadly. Also, something else that I donate, the personal care items with the toothbrushes, is any of these little soaps, because they make what they call blessing bags, and leave them at different places. Now, look at this. There are 5 hotel soaps. Look at the price. $4.30. That is insane. Ugh, don't even get me started. I did find a Barbie outfit. I have 3 huge, I'll show you. These 3 bags right here, 3 Ziploc bags full of Barbie clothes. I got to sort those out if you need some repair. What else? I have to clean your glasses. These are cool. Now, this is a Temu item as well. Again, because I recognize the stickers. Assembly instructions. These are little appliances. Isn't that cool? And they are in this bag, but the inside bag is not open. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. Again, another keychain. $1.43. I don't know. This is probably the largest luggage tag I've ever seen. You won't lose your luggage with this one. Isn't that cool? So I will probably throw that in a mystery bag. So I thought that was pretty cool with the tacos. Yes, I got another zip bag. I needed it for something. By the way, I spent $36. I think I've already mentioned that. These were in a box and are brand new. You could tell they're in a plastic bag. These are reading glasses. So I'm going to put a couple by Mr. Pudgy Picker's computer, and then I always have them all over the house. I am of the age, you know. And then we got a little purse, which is a black cat with the little poppet things on them. Yeah, so I believe that is everything. Let's keep looking. I always end up missing something, and I'm sure you guys are like yelling at me, telling me what I missed. But I got one more round to show you. I did get some floral items. I got a clock, and I got something else I'm going to donate that I found a place in Cleveland that takes these type of items and they're light, so I always pick them up to donate. Let's do that next. Okay, so now that I've cleared all that stuff off, here is the next and last batch of items that I got. I've been getting more greenery because I have a few projects coming up. You know, I've done the doll heads where you cut the top off and then I make it look like their hair is an arrangement. Well, I have some real mannequin heads for wigs that I got. And I really wanted to get and make one of those, just a larger version of what I do. And one of the things I'm considering is just doing the top of the mannequin's head in like a green moss that's this color. And then there's two of these. Now, you ever hear of a girl's hairstyle called space buns? And basically it's like when you are making pigtails, but you go ahead and pull the hair through, but it makes a loop. I thought I could do one of the mannequin's head in the, the greenery or the, what do you call it? The moss, and then put these on for space buns. Wouldn't that be cute? So I'm thinking maybe that. I have two sets of those. So these came together, but you could just cut them apart. So I have those. I have a nice clock, and the frame and everything is real good. I do see clocks, not super often, but I do see them at the bins, but they are usually either the glass is busted, or if it's plastic, it's scratched, or the frame itself is so beaten up, there's nothing I can do to help it or save it. There was, I don't know if you can see really close here, see this spot right here? It had a little bit of like a worn spot, so I took a Sharpie and I just tapped on that spot. So far away you can't really tell. So yeah, I have in my bag, I have my bag of bags, and then I have a zip pouch that has my gloves for the bins, 2 pairs. It has Kleenex because my nose runs like a sieve when I'm there. My phone, of course, my credit card that I'm using, so it's not just flopping around in that bag, and also a few batteries. So when I found this, I put the battery in, set it for the time it was, and was finishing shopping. And when I finished, it was still holding perfect time. These, you can hold them up to your ear and you can hear them ticking, but this doesn't have a second hand, so, it has a second hand, but not like a, seconds hand. So I wasn't able to look and tell, but it did work, very happy. So this has a thermometer and a humidity level, which is kind of cool. So I will put this in my booth for probably $10 to $12. Now, do you remember I had a whole bunch of tubing several hauls ago? And I was trying to decide what to do with it. Certain items you can sell because they are not considered medical items, and others are considered medical items. So you have to be very careful about that because you don't want to mess up your account. But I know these in particular are just the tubing for the oxygen. So these are not by prescription. This is just, I don't know what kind of tubing this is. I don't know. Oh, it's, I don't know. It's that. So I have one of those and I have like 7 or 8 of these. So I did find an organization in Cleveland, and I'm going to see if I can remember to put this in the description box below. But just Google donating medical supplies, and this place popped up. It's a little nondescript place, and they are doctors who travel, and they'll take in unopened medical equipment and reuse it for people who are just underprivileged. They use it for people out of the country. They send it to places that are having natural disasters, and they need extra items like this. So whenever I see any of this stuff, I always pick it up because I know I could sell this, but I don't know. I just feel better about, getting it and donating it. So literally this, for all this tubing, it was probably like less than $3 to $4, I'm guessing. So that's what that will be for. I got some yellow flowers, a couple of sprigs of the hydrangea, these little greenery with the little tiny leaves. We have one little yellow flower, monstera, the small leaves. And then this is a big batch of, regular. So this will be used in my mannequins as well. And then we have a couple white flowers and some daisies. So yeah, I think these will look pretty cute when I get them done. So I'm going to be working on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I try not to go on and on and on, but hey, I am what I am, and I talk until no one wants to hear me anymore. So again, if you come across stuff and it's really cheap, the other things that I do pick up, and I just showed you, were the soaps, toothbrushes. These I'll donate. The other certain items I will donate. It's just really nice to pitch in and help in some way. As a reseller, I come across a lot of things that are either free or so cheap that why in the world would I not pick these up? Another item that I do occasionally find at the bins, strangely enough, is feminine hygiene products. And those are also something that charities need, and homeless people. Can you know how difficult, okay, if you're a man, I apologize, put your fingers in your ear for about 10 seconds, but when, hang on a second, or you want to look at me, maybe not, but think about the times you've had your cycle as a woman, and how uncomfortable and sometimes messy it can be. Now, can you imagine being homeless and not having those basic supplies that you need? So yeah, so when I find the feminine hygiene products, pads and tampons and all that stuff, I always pick it up and donate it to this charity. And it's a great charity here in Northeastern Ohio called Little Annie's Hope Train. It's basically started by one woman, and she has a lot of volunteers now that will help gather up these items, bag them up, and she will literally load up a van with this and food and take it around and literally hand it out to the people who need it. No middleman, no 20 cents of every dollar you donate goes to the cause, none of that. I like to find charities that are extremely close to where they're donating, and I don't know, I feel best about that. So that is all. Don't think I'm preaching at you. I'm just, I don't know, trying to get you to think a little bit. Oh, you can see the blue of my monitor and my glasses. So yeah, that's all. I'm not going to keep talking. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Which item did you like? Which would you have said, nah, I'm good? Let me know down below. I do appreciate your feedback, and I will see you guys next time. And until then, happy picking. Bye.